Hey guys, how's it going? So, boy oh boy, have I had a busy past few weeks. And some of you will probably say, what the hell are you talking about? You haven't uploaded anything in like over a month, so you couldn't have been that busy. But the reason why I have been busy during the past few weeks is exactly because I couldn't upload anything. Because my channel was demonetized. So in this video, hopefully I'm not going to make it too long, but in this video I'm going to show you everything that transpired behind the scenes regarding my channel's monetization and the fact that I was demonetized, I was remonetized, I was unmonetized, and I was monetized again, all during these past few weeks. So first off, let us take a look at what actually happened. So one morning I just woke up and I checked my emails as I always do in the mornings so that I can catch up on the gaming news, reply to any business emails, and I also check if I've been sent any game codes for upcoming games, and I also usually send a few emails out to different game developers requesting game codes. So while I was doing that, I was struck with one email which had a very troubling subject line, and that was, "Your channel is no longer eligible to monetize, learn how to reapply." So I clicked on it and this is what I saw. So in that email there was a link to the monetization page of my channel, and I immediately clicked that to see what was going on and to see the reason why I was demonetized. And this is the monetization page of my channel, and it basically said that I can reapply to join the YouTube partner program in 29 days. So basically 30 days that I have to wait before I could try to get monetization back. And the reason why they said my channel was demonetized was because of reused content, and they give the following description. "In most cases you can't re-upload someone else's content unless you get their permission first. Remember, it's not enough to credit the content owner or state that no copyright infringement is intended. Click to learn more about copyright and fair use. Here are some types of content that are subject to copyright. Audiovisual, like TV shows, sound recordings, visual and written works, dramatic works such as plays and musicals, and video games." So that last one is obviously the one that applies to my channel, since I don't upload TV shows or sound recordings or dramatic works like plays or anything like that. So basically, according to this notification, my channel was demonetized due to reused content, which is uploading someone else's content without permission, and it was pertaining to video games. So according to them, I have uploaded someone else's video game content or someone else's video, like another YouTuber's video even possibly. And I immediately knew that this was false. I know exactly what I have uploaded on my channel over the past 5 years, and I know that I have never infringed upon anyone else's copyright by either uploading someone else's video or uploading copyrighted content. And I knew this for a fact, and I actually found it quite hilarious because here YouTube was claiming that I am uploading someone else's content, like that I'm basically stealing content from other channels or other people, yet I have had hundreds of videos stolen over the past 5 years of my own content. Now, something that I very often see in my comments on my videos is, "Why do you place a watermark on your video? It's so irritating. Why is there a watermark? Why don't you just remove it so that we can enjoy the video better?" Well, to those people, I would just like them to take a look at this. Over the years, I have had my content and literally hundreds of videos, I'm just going to show you a few, but literally hundreds of videos stolen from my channel. Literally re-uploaded verbatim onto other channels, or large pieces of my videos edited into other videos. So this is one guy with over 1 million subscribers who stole my video. He literally stole a huge piece of my video, and he didn't even bother editing out my watermark, which can be clearly seen on the video. Here's another guy with 50,000 subscribers, and he actually was smarter than the previous guy. He put his own shitty watermark over my watermark, and he thought that that would protect him against the copyright strike, which it didn't. Here's another guy that re-uploaded my entire video with my watermark still visible, and he actually had the audacity to put mid-roll ads into my video. My original fucking video didn't have mid-roll ads. It only had one ad at the very beginning. And this fucking guy put mid-roll ads into a video that he didn't even own. I mean, how scummy is this guy? He really uploads someone else's content and then he puts mid-roll ads into the video. And here's another guy, over 400,000 subscribers. And all he did was crop the top of the video and put his watermark over my text in the middle. And you can actually very clearly see at the bottom left my text in the video still showing. So he tried to block my text out, but he didn't even do it correctly. And this guy actually re-uploaded a bunch of my videos, like several of my videos he re-uploaded. So I did the obvious thing with all of these guys. I issued a copyright strike against their channels. And with this particular channel, he received 3 copyright strikes from me, and as a result of that, his channel was terminated. And as you can see by his Social Blade account, his total video views was over 120 million views. And over 10 million of that views was videos that he had stolen from me. And I can tell you that 130 million views is going to give you over $20,000. So this guy made over $20,000 just by stealing other people's content. And I mean, sure, in the end, he was luckily found out and his channel was terminated by me, but that still didn't remove any of that money that he got. He still walked away with over $20,000 of money that he stole from content creators like me. And if we look at his channel URL today, this is what we see. And that guy just stole and these guys just stole a couple of videos here and there from me. But over the years I have had to fight off bots that actually re-upload my entire channel. Here you can see a screenshot of one bot that I found, and he had over 400 of my videos re-uploaded without changing a single thing in the video. He literally re-uploaded my entire channel. And the sad thing about people like this is, once they get found out and their channel gets terminated, you don't get the money back. You don't see any of the money that they stole from you. In fact, they get to keep the money that they stole from content creators. So the system currently on YouTube heavily favors the people who are stealing content, and there's absolutely no punishment for them except for the channels being closed down. But they can literally create another YouTube channel and re-upload all of the content that they stole, and within a few months they will have monetization and they will get all of that money once again. And they will once again start making money from other people's work. So the fact that I was presented with this screen with YouTube telling me that I re-uploaded other people's content was hilarious for me, because I knew that it was false, and that is what made me determined to fight this demonetization. But before I show you actually how I fought this demonetization, let me tell you that I am not at all the only person that this is happening to. There are literally hundreds of people just during the past month that have had to battle against the broken system on YouTube with regards to baseless copyright claims that can be issued by literally anyone, and the mass demonetization of legitimate channels like mine and dozens of other channels. Now, one thing that you need to understand about YouTube and the copyright claim system is that YouTube chooses to not mediate any copyright claims issued against the YouTuber. So this means that literally anyone can copyright claim any channel and they don't need to provide any proof that they are the actual copyright owner or that their copyright claim is even legitimate. Here we can see Angry Joe, a YouTuber with over 3 million subscribers, who had a video which was a reaction video for the Hellboy trailer, copyright claimed by Lionsgate. Now obviously Lionsgate are a production studio who make movies. So Lionsgate created a false copyright claim against Angry Joe's video due to the fact that Lionsgate didn't like what he said about the trailer. Now, even though I hate reaction videos because it's very lazy content, it does still actually fall under critique. The same as any game review or movie review. So it does fall under critique, which in America at least is part of free speech and it is protected by law. So you're not allowed to censor or oppress any news outlets or critique or anything like that in America at least. But yet here we see that Lionsgate issued a copyright claim against his video and YouTube allowed it because, like I said again, YouTube will not interfere in any copyright claims. They choose to do that, which I really don't understand. The fact that they refuse to mediate any copyright claims is beyond me. I mean, logic would say that they would want their content creators to be protected because it is those content creators which are bringing them money and viewers to their platform. So if a false copyright claim is issued against one of their creators, then obviously you would want to protect that creator, because if that creator leaves your platform, then you won't be getting any money from the ads on their videos anymore. And yet they're not protecting or defending him or anyone else on their platform against these false copyright claims. And YouTube is just filled with these types of videos. If you just take a look at the past few months, you see literally hundreds of content creators that have either had false copyright claims against their videos or had their channels demonetized. Now, sure, I've had a look at a bunch of these videos and I can definitely see why a bunch of these channels have been demonetized, because a lot of them are legitimate demonetizations where people either create highlight compilations, which isn't original content at all, or people doing reaction videos which isn't transformative. I mean, sure, some reaction content can be transformative, but you can't sit there and watch the entire Lord of the Rings video and every 5 minutes just comment something small and then continue watching the whole thing and upload it to YouTube, because that type of content is not at all legitimate and original content. And there's a bunch of people obviously also who make videos of drama content or controversial subjects, and I can absolutely understand why those channels are being demonetized. So a bunch of the demonetizations against these channels are legitimate, but in lots of the cases, like for instance in my case, these are not legitimate, and YouTube is seemingly just going on a rampage demonetizing channels which have less than, let's say, 500,000 subscribers, because not a single one of these videos that I found where people are complaining about having their channels demonetized have more than 500,000 subscribers. And just to show you how crazy and out of control the current system on YouTube is, let's look at a few other cases. So this guy's voice was copyright claimed. He literally made a video where it was just his voice and it got claimed by some random company who actually I researched, and it turns out this CD Baby company is notorious for issuing false copyright claims, and yet nothing is done about them by YouTube. Here's another guy who had a bunch of his videos copyright striked and then got sent bribe emails demanding money to be paid in order for the copyright strikes to be retracted, because you can actually retract a copyright strike after you've issued it. So this is a random guy who sent this YouTuber copyright strikes, because like I said at the beginning, anyone can issue a copyright strike against any channel, and if you have less than, let's say, 500,000 subscribers, that copyright strike isn't going to be investigated by YouTube all that often. Here's another channel, even though they do shitty content, here's another channel that got a bunch of false copyright strikes, and then they were demanded to pay money in order for the copyright strikes to be retracted, which they didn't, and they received 3 copyright strikes and their channel was terminated. Here's another guy who creates music, and he had his video copyright claimed by a random company, and all of the revenue from his video, which has 47 million views by the way, now goes to that company. So he created this song, and yet it got copyright claimed, and all of the revenue from the views are now going to another company. And YouTube allows this company to do that kind of stuff. Here's another YouTuber who gets extorted for money by having false copyright claims issued on his videos and then being demanded to pay up. Here's a guy whose videos were stolen, and then his channel was demonetized while his videos on the other channels were still monetized. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. Your videos that you created are stolen, and then your channel gets demonetized while your videos on the other channels are still earning money for the people who stole your videos. And here's another instance of censorship by a company, which is Apple, who copyright striked this guy, Louis Rossmann's channel, simply because this guy spoke negatively about Apple and shows you how to repair an Apple device that you own in his videos. That's like a car mechanic who fixes a Nissan or a Toyota getting sued by Nissan or Toyota. It's absolutely ridiculous. The fact that these companies like Apple and Lionsgate are able to censor criticism of their products, and YouTube doesn't do anything to stop it. And here's another case of a guy who gives a review of a hotel, having several of the videos on his channel removed, simply to silence his criticism of the hotel. And it just goes on and on. Here's another guy with 240,000 subscribers who creates animated videos. He literally creates these videos by himself and voices the videos himself, and his entire channel got demonetized, exactly like how mine got demonetized. And then just to prove to you even further how out of control the YouTube system is, due to the fact that anyone can claim any video without providing any proof that they actually own that copyright on that video, here is a public statement issued by the government of Kenya, and they uploaded a video that featured the music to the Kenyan national anthem, and the Kenyan national anthem is obviously owned by Kenya. I mean, it's their fucking national anthem. And this was issued on the 5th of February. Let me read it for you. Copyright claims on Kenyan national anthem by The Wolf Music and others are invalid. Our attention has been drawn to the ongoing discussion in the social media concerning claims of copyright to the Kenyan national anthem by The Wolf Music. The Kenyan Copyright Board wishes to state it is indeed true that the government has copyright for its commissioned work for up to 50 years. The national anthem is over 50 years and has thus fallen into public domain. However, given the place of the national anthem in any country and the provisions of the National Flags, Emblems and Names Act, there is additional protection on the anthem against misuse and improper use. So they're literally saying that the song for the Kenyan national anthem fell into public domain already, which basically means that no one owns the copyright, which means that it's literally impossible for anyone to claim copyright ownership of this music. Yet this company, The Wolf Music, has issued a copyright claim against the video containing the Kenyan national anthem, which is just hilarious. Kakobo, which is the Kenyan Copyright Authority, is at the moment studying the terms and conditions in YouTube platform with a view to requesting for takedown of all content offending the national anthem by the said company and others as well. So it's not just this The Wolf company who are issuing the false copyright claims, it's a few other companies also, which just makes this whole situation even more convoluted. In addition, there are consultations between Kakoba and relevant state departments on legal and administrative measures to prevent unauthorized copyright claims on the national anthem now and in the future. So it's pretty clear that even countries, entire fucking countries, are sick of YouTube's bullshit. And the fact that literally anyone can issue a copyright claim on literally anything, and YouTube doesn't double check or do anything really to stop or to even just check the legitimacy of that claim. So it's pretty clear that the entire YouTube system is broken, from copyright claims being issued willy-nilly to channels being demonetized like my own for supposedly re-uploading other people's content. I mean, don't get me wrong, I fully support the fact that channels are being demonetized, but when you do that you need to demonetize illegitimate channels, channels that are re-uploading other people's content, channels that are doing stuff which manipulate children into gambling, channels that literally show child abuse and child endangerment. Those are the types of channels that need to be demonetized, not legitimate channels like mine and what I've shown you already. But I digress. Let's get back on point and let me take you through the process which I've had to go through in the past few weeks just in order to get my monetization back after it was removed. So this is the email which I received and I'm quickly going to read through it with you. Hi LFP Gaming. During a recent review, our team of policy specialists carefully looked over the videos you've uploaded to your channel LFP Gaming. We found that a significant portion of your channel is not in line with our YouTube partner program policies. Now, in my eyes, a significant portion means like, I don't know, at least 30%, I would say. At least 30% of your channel would have to be infringing, because it says we found that a significant portion of your channel is not in line with the partner program policies. So if we go back to the actual reason which was provided, not in this email but on my actual channel's monetization page, they say that basically I am re-uploading other people's work, or that I do not own the rights to the content that is on my channel. That's essentially what they're saying. So they're saying that at least like 30% of my channel is infringing. So that is a big problem that I had to address. But let's read further. As of today, your channel is not eligible to monetize and you will not have access to monetization tools or features. Please go to your monetization page to read about the more specific policy our specialists flagged. So obviously we've already seen that basically they said that I do not own the rights to the content on my channel, or that I re-uploaded someone else's content. Obviously their terms are quite broad and quite vague, so it could be one or the other according to their reused content thing that they stated. But I know that I've never uploaded someone else's video, so it can't be that, so it has to be the other fact, and that is the one that basically states that I do not have the rights to the videos on my channel, of the gaming videos on my channel. So what this means for your channel: you'll continue to have access to most creator features on YouTube that will enable you to grow your audience, build your community and manage your videos. And then it basically goes on to say that I can do literally anything I want except monetize my videos. I can still live stream and all of that stuff, but I cannot monetize my videos. And then at the bottom it says how to monetize again. To reapply for monetization, you should start by going to your monetization page to review the policy your channel violated. Then review your videos with our YouTube partner program policies and our community guidelines in mind. Now, basically the community guidelines are stuff like you shouldn't swear too much, you shouldn't show graphic violence, you shouldn't show child abuse, even though they don't enforce that one, as we've seen with Daddy05 and all of those channels. You shouldn't show excessive nudity except in a documentarian type of environment or a medical type of environment, even though that's not true, because I actually found a bunch of music videos which show like literally tits and ass and everything. It shows fucking everything. And actually in those same music videos on YouTube, they swear a whole lot. Like literally, I found the one music video on YouTube that has 50 swear words in 1 minute. In a single minute, it has 50 swear words. So it's pretty obvious that the community guidelines are not enforced at all on certain content. But as I said previously, if you have like more than 500,000 subscribers, then clearly the rules of YouTube, according to their partner program, their community guidelines, do not apply to you at all. But heaven forbid you have less than 500,000 subscribers, because then those policies absolutely apply to you. So once again, the community guidelines basically state no nudity, no swearing, even though they're not even imposed on many videos on YouTube. And those videos still have monetization and all of that. And you're also not allowed to show stuff like making a bomb or anything like that. And animal abuse and stuff like that, even though that's also not enforced, because recently there was a video of a 15-year-old kid stomping a cat to death. And that was a video that was on YouTube for weeks. So yeah, they don't enforce any of that. So let me continue reading. The next step is to edit or delete any videos that violate our policies. Now, we will get to that line in just a minute. That is a line which YouTube don't allow you to do. They literally don't allow you to find the videos that are violating the policies and delete or edit those videos. They don't allow you, but we will get to that in just a second. Let me continue reading. In 30 days, you will see the option to reapply on the monetization page. If you reapply, our review team, which by the way is the amazing review team which found in the first place that my channel is to be demonetized. So that same team will then be choosing to once again monetize or demonetize my channel, which I find just hilarious. They issued a clearly false demonetization against my channel already. So what are the chances that they are in 30 days going to change their mind and say, oh no, okay, this channel can have its monetization back? I just really find that hilarious. So anyway, let me continue reading. Our review team will carefully look at your content again to make sure that it meets our YouTube partner program policies. We will email you and update you on YouTube Studio as soon as the process is complete. This usually takes a month. So, by the way, from the date that your channel is demonetized, you have to wait 30 days and then you can apply for monetization. You then have to wait another month, because they say there it usually takes about a month, even though I have found people on Reddit and places like that that state that they have been waiting over 6 months for their monetization review. So this email says it usually takes about a month, but it can take anywhere from a month to upwards of 6 months before you get your monetization back on your channel. So I mean, that's basically a death sentence. If you depend on the income that you get from your channel, that's an absolute death sentence. I mean, it's like being fired from your job. You're going to be without income for upwards, like maybe even a year without income. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. YouTube are fucking with people's livelihoods here. People who have to pay car payments, house payments, people who have to put their children through school, and YouTube just seem very nonchalant about this whole thing. It seems as if it doesn't even faze them in the least that the simple fact of them issuing a false demonetization against the channel can have repercussions which in the end will see an entire family on the streets simply because they chose to issue a false demonetization. And once again, I say false demonetization because it's fine if they issue a demonetization against the channel which is not legitimate, channel that does highlight compilations of other people's content, a channel which promotes gaming to children, a channel that shows animal abuse content. Any kind of those channels must be demonetized, yet they aren't. I can tell you about hundreds of channels that does this kind of content, and yet they have they still have their monetization because they have millions of subscribers. So that is the entire email which I received once I woke up that fateful morning and I found out that my channel is demonetized. So what I immediately did was I sent an email to YouTube. Now, by the way, you can only send an email to YouTube if you have more than 100,000 subscribers. If you have less than 100,000 subscribers, then you're screwed. You have no way of directly contacting YouTube, like literally no way. There's nothing you can do. They don't have forums where you can contact them. They don't have a direct email address where you can contact them. Nothing like that. You can tweet at them on Twitter, but I mean hundreds, maybe even thousands of people tweet at YouTube each and every day. So what are the chances that your tweet is going to be actually looked at on the Twitter YouTube page? So basically you have to have more than 100,000 subscribers in order to even stand a chance to get something like this overturned. So basically this is the exact email that I sent to them, and I will be taking you through the steps that I took in order to get this whole thing resolved. So this is the email that I sent. Good day, I just received a notification email that my channel is no longer eligible for monetization. I believe this to be an error and would have it looked at, please. Would like to have it looked at, please. I don't upload other people's videos and have never had a single copyright strike or community strike on my channel that was upheld ever. And that's true, by the way. I have never had any of that. In fact, I have many of my own videos stolen and re-uploaded by other people on YouTube, for which I've submitted over 50 copyright notifications in the past year. And that is also true. I showed you guys that at the beginning of the video. I truly believe that that there is a mistake and that the videos on my channel are compliant with the YouTube Partner Program policies. If I somehow have broken any YouTube's rules or terms with any of my videos, then please tell me so that I may be able to rectify the problem immediately, as I firmly believe that my channel has been compliant with the YouTube Partner Program policies for the past 5 years, and I just recently got verified as the testament to that fact. Now, that last line, basically you have to go through a review process in order to get your channel verified. Now that basically involves a human. Now this is basically according to YouTube. This is according to YouTube how this system works. I don't believe them when they say this, but according to them, this is how the system works. So when you apply for verification, because it's something that you have to apply for once you reach 100,000 subscribers, you have to apply for verification. Then a human reviewer at YouTube has to look at your channel, has to look at all of the content on your channel, and then has to determine, does this channel comply with the YouTube Partner Program policies, and does it comply with the community guidelines? And once that human at YouTube confirms that that is indeed the case and that you aren't just fucking a guy who has 100,000 subscribers that have been uploading child porn the past year or whatever in order to get all of those subscribers. Once that has been verified, then you get your verification mark. Then you get verified, basically. So that is why I recently got verified, and I do legitimate content. I don't do any illegitimate content, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten my verification mark. So that's basically what I'm saying there. So then we move on to the next email. I basically received an email a little while after that, which said, "Hi there, thanks for contacting the YouTube partner support team. We work to help to resolve your issue as quickly as possible. Help us get a jump start by replying to this email with your content manager name, channel URL, or the videos you need help with. If you already sent this over, we will be in touch soon, blah blah blah." So I already did that, basically. So then after another day or so, they replied again, because that initial email was just a auto reply email. So this is now supposed to be a real human that I'm talking with here. So this human at YouTube has read my previous email where I stated that I believe that this is a false claim and all of that. And this is what they had to say. "Hi, thanks for reaching out and sharing this concern to us. I know how important it is for your channel monetization to be enabled, and I can understand the hard work you put into your channel, into your videos and channel. I've taken a look at your channel and it appears that monetization has been disabled. It was found as non-compliant with YouTube's partner program policy terms. You can check out the copyright and fair use here. In most cases, you can't re-upload someone else's content, and it's not enough to credit the original owner or to state that no copyright infringement is intended unless you get permission first. If you keep your account in good standing and do not engage in such activities, kindly send us documentation to provide additional context that you are not re-uploading someone else's content. Hope to hear from you soon. Thanks, Google team." So one very important line in this email, for me at least, was this line: "unless you get permission first." So when I read that, I immediately realized that they're basically telling me, apart from the re-upload content thing, which we know is illegitimate because I don't re-upload other people's content, they're basically telling me that I need to get permission. I need to show them that I have permission to create the content that I do with the video games that I do. Now, first off, this is a highly irregular request, because just there in the email they quoted fair use, and there's actually an article that you can click on to see what they think fair use means. Now, fair use is just a defense in court that you can use. Fair use is not a law, it is not a regulation, it is nothing like that. Fair use is literally just something that you can use if you appear in court. It is a defense that you can use, but they claimed that I should check out the fair use terms there in their email, and I found that really quite funny, because they are saying that I should know what fair use is, but then in another breath they are saying that I need permission to make the content that I do. But if I were to appear in court and make the fair use defense, then I would be able to prove that I do not need permission to create the content that I do, because it is fair use. The content that I create with video games and the video game videos that I create, like Let's Plays and all of that stuff, is fair use. By definition, you would be able to classify that as fair use. Yet in their email, they're saying that I must get permission in order to do the videos that I do. So basically, after this, I realized that I am going to have to prove to YouTube that I own, like, I don't know, I have like 1,400 videos on my channel. So I would have to prove that I own at least a significant portion of that 1,400 videos that are on my channel. Because if I can't do that, then I can't prove to them that I have permission to create the content that I do. So the first and most obvious thing that popped into my mind would be to contact Blizzard, because I have over like 900 videos of Blizzard games on my YouTube channel. So if I would be able to get permission, like explicit permission from Blizzard, which allows me, where they basically give me permission that allows me to use their games to create content, then I could simply provide that proof, that permission, to YouTube, and that would be able to prove that I have the permissions that are required according to YouTube, because obviously they asked me to provide them with proof that I am allowed to, that I have the permissions to create the content that I do. So I checked out a Blizzard article, which is specifically for content creators and broadcasters and film festivals and stuff like that. And it basically stated under the section which describes what is a content use license, and they go on to say, in the event that you are required to prove to the contest organizer, festival committee or television broadcaster that you have Blizzard Entertainment's permission to use Blizzard content in your production, a content use license is provided. The license serves to provide you the rights to use your production materials specifically for that event. Now, basically the terms that are used here don't explicitly say content creator on YouTube, but it also applies to a content creator on YouTube. So basically, in the event that you have to prove to someone, like for instance they say here, contest organizer, festival committee or television broadcaster, if you have to prove to anyone that you have the rights to use the Blizzard content that you are creating, then you can get a license, as they call it, from them. So I set about emailing Blizzard and trying to obtain said license. Now this would basically just be a statement or a document, like a PDF document or something like that, written from someone at Blizzard, like basically maybe a manager, game director, like maybe the Hearthstone game director, something like that. From any person like that would be absolutely fine, as long as it's from a manager or a relatively high executive at Blizzard. That would absolutely suffice, and I could just provide that to YouTube and I would be able to get my monetization back. Now, I actually used to have pretty regular communication with Ben Brode, who was the game director for Hearthstone for like a whole bunch of years, but unfortunately he recently left Blizzard and he is no longer the Hearthstone game director. So he would have been my go-to guy in this event, because I would just simply have emailed him. I have his direct email address and I would ask him, listen, it would be massively appreciated if he could issue this license to me. But unfortunately, I do not have any other contact persons at Blizzard except him. So I would have to go through the usual channels, which is basically through their support channels, you know, like basically the customer support or the game customer support channels. And in that event, unfortunately, you're speaking to a relatively low tier person. Like, you're not speaking to a manager or executive or anything like that. You're speaking to a lower tier person, a person in customer assurance and all of that, and it would be dependent on them first to assist you, and if they assist you correctly, then hopefully eventually your request would get to the relevant person at Blizzard that would be able to help you out. But that being said, I was pretty confident that I would at least be able to get a hold of someone at Blizzard that would be able to help me out, and at the very least they would consider it, considering that I have pretty much dedicated the past 4 years of my channel, and I have made over 900 videos in dedication of their games, and so I was actually pretty confident that I would be able to get a license for the purpose that I needed it for. I just really thought that they would look at my content and they would say, yeah, this guy has been grafting pretty hard for the past 4 years and he's made legitimate content for Blizzard games, and so he really deserves having this license issued to him, basically giving permission for him to create content with Blizzard games. So this is the email which I sent to the team at Blizzard, which actually is a dedicated team at Blizzard which is supposed to look at community videos and community content creators of Blizzard games. So this is the email. Good day, I'm really hoping you can assist me today. I am a Hearthstone content creator / streamer, and I just got a very troubling email from YouTube stating that I need to provide proof to them that I am allowed to stream and content create the games that I have on my channel. And Hearthstone forms a large part of my channel's content, and then I provide a link to my Hearthstone videos. I have created well over 500 videos, it's actually 900, I went and counted all of them. Over the past 5 years, I found this article, which I then linked to the Blizzard video policy, and then I say, but I'm afraid that it's not enough proof to them, as I need something that grants me specific permission to stream and content create with any Blizzard games like Hearthstone, Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, Diablo, etc. Can you please provide me with an official document or email or something which states that I am allowed to stream and or create content with Blizzard's games? My livelihood literally depends on creating content on YouTube, and they are threatening to end my career as a Hearthstone content creator if I can't get said proof. My channel is currently already demonetized and there are no ads on my videos, and I can only reapply for monetization on my channel on the 20th of February. They simply demonetized my channel and set a waiting period of 30 days before I can reapply for monetization with proof. You can see by the content that I create that I'm not some clickbaiting fake content creator. Now, I said that in there because there are plenty of clickbaiting fake content creators out there, and they are very popular, way more popular than my channel. So I would want at least Blizzard to take a look at those channels and say, okay, no, this guy's just creating clickbait content and fake content with like clickbait titles and all of that, and he is not someone who is deserving of a license from us. So basically they would have to look at my channel and see, listen, this guy is not doing any fake content, he's not clickbaiting, he's not misleading his subscribers. He's an actual content creator who's doing actual good content which we want to then appreciate him by giving him a license, to reward him for like all of the work that he's done over the past few years and the over 900 videos that he's done with our games. So then I go on to say, I have put huge amounts of time and effort over the past 5 years into building my channel into a clickbait free place where the focus is placed on the game itself and not me, the content creator. By the way, that is absolutely true, and that is why I never appear in any of my videos on camera, because I want the focus of the game to be on the game itself, not on me. And then I go on to say thank you in advance for your help, and I truly hope that I will be able to, with your blessing, continue creating videos with Blizzard's amazing games well into the future. So that is the email that I sent, and I honestly hoped and actually believed that I would be able to get a license from Blizzard in order to provide that to YouTube in order to get my monetization back. And wouldn't you know it, I was actually really surprised with the fact that they absolutely ignored me. They didn't even fucking reply. They just ignored my email. Until now, it's over a month after I sent that email. Over a month later, and they didn't even reply. Not even an automated reply. So I was really surprised by that. I honestly banked on the fact that I would be able to get a license from Blizzard and they would see that I'm not creating shit content and they would be able to give me a license. And yeah, I was just really surprised. So fortunately, I didn't place all of my eggs into one basket. I sent that email like maybe a day after I found out that my channel is demonetized. I sent that email, and I also sent this email to Epic because I also create a bunch of Fortnite videos, not as much as the Hearthstone videos obviously, but I also create a bunch of Fortnite videos. So I also sent a email to the Epic guys, the guys over at Epic Games who create Fortnite and a bunch of other games, and I basically sent exactly the same email as what I sent to the Blizzard guys, but I just basically changed it a little bit to where instead of saying Hearthstone and Blizzard and Overwatch and all of that, I basically said Fortnite. And I once again asked them, can you please provide me with an official document or article or post which states that me, a player, is allowed to stream and or create content with Epic's games. Now, the other reason why I actually sent an email to Epic is because I am actually a officially recognized creator for Epic. I am part of the support creator program, and as part of that program you actually have to apply and submit your details to Epic, and then after a period of a review they basically look at your content, because you already have to have had created Fortnite videos in order for them to consider you. So you can't just be a random guy who's never created a Fortnite video and then apply to the program, because they're not going to let you through. You have to prove what type of content you are doing, and I did that a while ago and I was approved, and I am officially a content creator on Epic's roster basically, and I have like a code and stuff like that they issue to you. So this is the email which I received. Fortunately, I received the email back, not like Blizzard, which just fully ignored me. I actually received the email back from Epic, which really surprised me. I really, I honestly thought that Blizzard would reply. I honestly thought that, and I don't know, maybe I have a skewed perspective of what kind of a company Blizzard is. I always thought that they are a company which appreciates the content creators and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just thinking of Total Biscuit. I mean, Total Biscuit did a lot for StarCraft, and in the end, after his death, or actually no, before his death, they put him into the game. They created a voice pack for him and stuff like that, you know. So I really thought that if you are a hard-working content creator and you do a bunch of work, and you will eventually get recognized and rewarded for the work that you do if you create content with Blizzard games like Hearthstone or Overwatch or StarCraft or anything like that. I honestly thought that, and that's why I honestly was surprised when Blizzard didn't reply, but Epic replied. It's just, I don't know, I really was surprised by that. So anyway, Epic replied after I sent the email, and they say the following. Hello, I am sorry to hear about your recent experience. Could you please send us the following information so that we can review your account and content? And they basically ask for all of your details, your email, your Epic display name, and all of that stuff. And they also say there that if you are a support creator person already, then you should just provide your code. If you are not a Epic creator, then you can apply to become one, and that way they basically can then just get a better grip of who you are and what type of content you do. So since I am already a Epic verified content creator, I went ahead and I sent all of the information that they asked and provided my Epic verification code thing, which is blank69. And obviously I've plugged this in a bunch of my previous videos. If you guys are playing Fortnite or basically any other game that works through the Epic launcher, and you put in blank69 there, then basically you are supporting me, and if you make any purchases in the game, then a portion of that goes to support me. So anyway, the information that I sent back, I put there, and I put I truly hope you can assist me with some kind of an explicit writ of permission or content creator license that I can show to YouTube so that they can reinstate my monetization, as they are maintaining that I do not have the necessary license or permissions to use the footage for the games that I have on my channel. I've also contacted Blizzard and several other game companies who I predominantly feature on my channel, asking them for the same thing. As you'll hopefully see from the content that I have done over the past 5 years on my channel, I do not do clickbait of any kind, and I do not do any drama videos or scammer get scammed videos like so many other Fortnite content creators do. I actually should have put content creator there in quote marks, because those people are definitely not to be considered content creators. I mean, channels that steal content from other people, like that do highlight compilations and stuff like that. They're literally stealing content from other guys, and they make thousands and thousands of dollars from that type of content. And then if you feel if you need any more information, feel free to ask. Thank you in advance for your time. And then they replied pretty soon after that, actually the same day still, and they say, thanks for getting back to us and for waiting patiently. My name is blah blah blah, and I am glad to handle your case from now on. I completely understand your eagerness to create content and be more engaged with the community. We are always thrilled to hear from players who want to create related content for our products. We don't want to stifle our fans' creative impulses, so for maximum clarity, we have created a fan content policy. Please check paragraph 1.4 as this applies to your case and share it with the YouTube employee that contacted you. As long as your ideas conform to the requirements listed in the above document, you should be good to go. Thanks again for your enthusiasm, blah 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 blah. So basically what this email said is they're not going to issue me an explicit content license or document giving me permission or anything like that, because they feel that the fan site policy, which they linked there, should be adequate permission enough for YouTube, in order for YouTube to realize, okay, this guy does have permission to create content with this specific game. I actually have to say that one thing about Epic Games is that they actually show that they care about the content that is being created with their games. Because in that fan site policy, there is actually a few lines in there that states that if they see content created with the games that they find objectionable, then they will remove it. They actually say that there, and I really like that. It's good to see that they will actually, if a person is doing like scammer get scammed videos and stuff like that, that they will actually issue a copyright strike and have that video taken down. And I've actually seen a few Reddit posts where they actually do that. There's actually people who do like hacker videos and grieving videos and scammer get scammed videos with Fortnite content, and Epic actually goes and takes those videos down, forcibly takes those videos down through the copyright system. And I'm absolutely fine with that. I mean, if you are dedicating your entire channel to do scammer get scammed videos in order to grieve the players who are playing Fortnite, then I have absolutely no problem with Fortnite, the creators of Fortnite, actually going and removing those videos, because it's just encouraging that type of behavior, which are grieving the very people that you are creating the game for. So, I mean, just kudos to Epic for actually being a company who seemingly cares about the content that their fans are creating. Now, with that being said, unfortunately, obviously, I was disappointed with the fact that they chose to not give me a content license or a permission document or anything like that. They actually even afterwards had the, I would almost say, audacity to send me a thing where I had to give feedback to them based on their service. It's a little bit hilarious that they basically in one breath say, no, we're not going to help you there, and then in the next email they send, they basically say, hey, how was our service? Did you like our service? Needless to say, I didn't like their service, but I'm not going to hold it against them just because they chose to not give it to me. I mean, like I said initially, the problem with going through service channels like the player support or customer support channels, like I did with Blizzard and like I did with Epic, is the fact that that person, you're talking to a person on the other side who is just a customer service representative. He's not an executive or a manager or anything like that. So he doesn't really have any incentive to go out of his way to help you. So that's really the problem with these types of situations. You are a person who, in my case, is really in need of some divine intervention, and you're stuck talking to just another regular guy who really might not even understand the situation. He might not even understand that listen, if I don't help this guy out, if I don't give this guy the content license that he requires, then he's not going to get a paycheck at the end of the month. If he's doing this permanently for a work as a job, exactly the way that I am doing a job being a customer service representative, then I'm not going to be able to pay my house bill at the end of the month. I'm not going to be able to put fuel in my car. I'm not going to be able to pay the payment on my car. I'm not going to be able to get food in my fridge. It's really a frustrating situation when talking to people like this. This is why I was really left with no other option except to really just battle it out with YouTube on my own, because none of the companies which I contacted replied favorably. I didn't get a content license for any of the games, so basically at the end of the day I had to decide, just give up. Should I just maybe try in 30 days to reapply for monetization, even though I know that it will get demonetized again, or it will get declined, because my channel is in exactly the same state as what it was when it was demonetized, because I don't I can't delete all of my videos, because their initial claim and the reason why my channel was demonetized is because I cannot prove that my videos are that I can create content with my videos. So if I can't do that, then I would have to delete all of the videos for which I can't prove that I have the required license to create content with that. And that would mean deleting all 1,400 videos on my channel. And I mean, that's the one option. The other option is giving up, which sure, that's an option. Just find something else to do, get a job, normal job again. Or the other option would just be to fight it out, just to try to reason with them, to provide all of the proof that I can do personally. Obviously, I've already proven that I can't provide proof of a license, so that I can't provide a license. So I just basically have to prove to YouTube then that I have created these videos and that these videos are legitimate, and just hope that they accept it. So after the initial emails which I received about the demonetization of my channel, I basically received a few automated emails after that, and then they basically said, unless you get permission. So I need to get permission. But now, after spending more than a week waiting for Blizzard and Epic to get this issue resolved and not having it resolved in the end, I received another email from YouTube, from the person who was helping me, just basically saying, hi, I hope you are doing well, just checking in to see if I can still help out with this. Now, this was after about a week that I didn't reply, because obviously I was waiting for Blizzard or Epic to reply. So from here on out, I basically had to provide the proof, all the proof that I can, that I actually have permission to create the content with the games that I do. So I basically sent the following email. Good day, I've contacted 2 of the game companies which make the 2 biggest games that I feature on my channel, Blizzard Entertainment and Epic Games, and I've asked them to provide me with a document or statement that explicitly grants me permission to create content with their games, which will serve as proof that I have the adequate permissions required to create the content that I do, and that none of my content on my channel is reused or copied from other people. But of course, these being multi-billion-dollar companies, they may take a week or so to respond to my request. In the meanwhile, my channel features over 700 videos of the game called Hearthstone, which is made by Blizzard Entertainment. And while I wait for the above mentioned document, a Blizzard Entertainment support member who I contacted just yesterday has provided me with this link as their official legal policy with regards to the YouTubers, content creators who use their games / content on YouTube. And then I link the article there. Basically, I just made that part up. I didn't get any reply from a Blizzard support member. As I showed you guys, I didn't get any reply, so I just basically had to make up a story saying that I received this information, so just so that this YouTube person can think that at least, okay, we just have to wait a little bit, hold on a little bit before this guy can get the necessary proof that he requires. So I just basically provided the Blizzard video policy thing from their official website, which basically just says that you are allowed to create content with Blizzard games with certain limitations, non-commercial stuff and stuff like that. And then I continue to say, as you can see on that page, Blizzard Entertainment fully supports the use of their games / content on YouTube as long as it doesn't break any of the terms set out in their agreement, of which I haven't ever broken any. And then I continue to say, also the videos on my channel predominantly feature the game Fortnite. I am a member of the Epic Games Creator Program, and then I link the program there, which is an affiliate program offered by Epic Games, for which you have to specifically apply for and for which there is a vetting process, in which they promote and share the content that you create on YouTube via their official channels, like Twitter and stuff like that. And they also allow content creators to be supported by the community / viewers, and that's obviously by the input code thing, the Plank 69 input code thing. So me being a member of that program by itself is proof enough that I have the required rights / permissions to use the content for the games which I feature on my YouTube channel. But as I said above, I will provide you with the permission documents from the companies as soon as I get them, and to serve as proof that I haven't committed any infringements with regards to the gaming content on my channel. Now, that infringements would be copyright infringements, because obviously YouTube is basically saying that I am committing massive copyright infringement due to the fact that none of my 1,400 videos I have a license for. I don't have a permission license or rights to use any of that 1,400 game videos. So all of the games basically are used without permission. That's basically what YouTube is saying. So that's quite a big claim, even though, as I said at the beginning, fair use gets past all of this, because if you do like a let's play or a review of a game or anything like that, that is absolutely covered under fair use and critique and free speech even. So I sent that email, and then in addition to that email I sent probably like 13 emails about. I sent a lot of emails to them that same day, like literally within a few hours, of screenshots and original project files from my editing software, like the original project files, which basically show how the video is cut, where the edits are done. It shows all of the sound files, all of that shit, like literally hours and hours which I spend on a video. You guys just see a video, but it actually takes hours and hours of cutting and editing the video in order to get it into the state which it is presentable. I sent a bunch of those files for some of my biggest videos to them. I sent screenshots of the processes that I go through to create the videos. I fucking sent so much stuff, like 15 or so emails of stuff. I sent to them, just fucking, I did anything just to be able to prove that I'm firstly not re-uploading other people's content, and secondly, I've created all of these videos by myself, and I went through the all of the EULAs that I could find, the end user license agreements, and all of the video policies that I could find, and I took those excerpts and the exact places where it said that you as a player are authorized to create videos with this game. I took all of that shit and I just sent it to them, like fucking email after email. I sent it to YouTube, and finally after like 2 days they replied. They said, thanks for sending the information. To ensure that we get the best resolution, I have consulted your case to our internal team for review of your monetization. I should be able to get you an update as soon as I get updated myself. So we have to remember that at this point I wasn't too optimistic about it, because they basically are just going back to the very first initial team which demonetized my channel in the first place. So it's the same internal review team which took away my monetization in the first place. So what are the chances that that same team is going to give me back my monetization? So I was not very optimistic about this whole thing, but still, like I said, I either had to choose to just give up on YouTube, or I had to fucking fight. I had to fight it out on my own, because Epic and Blizzard weren't going to help me. So I just basically had to provide all of the proof and just hope that I can get something done, you know, just hope that I can break through to them and say, and so that they can see that, like, I'm doing legitimate content here. I'm not stealing other people's content, and I have the right, through all of the EULAs and all of the terms of service and all of that stuff that you get from the games, I have the right to create content for all of these games that I did. I went through like fucking 100 games, and I just sent all of the EULAs and all of the terms of service and all of that I fucking could to these guys. And then after another few days, they sent another email. Hi, still working to resolve this issue. I'll let you know once there's an update. So at least this person is replying and updating me. And even after a few days of not updating me, they still sent the email. They still took the time to email me back and say, listen, we haven't forgotten about you. Just hold on. We are still going through the review process and all of that stuff. So I sent the email back. Hi again. That's fine. Thank you for letting me know. I'm really hoping we can get this issue resolved, and I appreciate your time. And then immediately they responded with, you're welcome. I'll update you immediately once I receive a message from our internal team. And I just blurred out their name so that they can't be reprimanded or anything like that, because you never know with these types of things. If the person does their job poorly or incorrectly, then they could face some kind of retribution or follow-up or something like that. Anyway, then after even longer, it was like a week, easily a week after I sent all of that stuff, I received another email saying, hi, thanks for your patience on this matter. Upon further review from our internal team, the monetization on your channel has been reinstated. So I was fucking jumping around the room basically at this time. Make sure your video meets the video monetization criteria and review the different YouTube ad formats that are available. Let me know if there's anything else. So this was fucking great. I was so happy, and before even checking my monetization status or checking, like, before even going back to my channel and remonetizing the videos that were monetized, because I don't monetize all of my videos. There are some that aren't monetized, so I had to actually fucking go through all of them again and see which ones was monetized and which ones weren't. But anyway, before I did any of that, I sent the email back. Thank you for your assistance. You don't know how much I appreciate it. And I'm very happy that this mistake has been rectified, because it was a fucking mistake. It wasn't a legitimate demonetization of my channel. I honestly don't know what triggered my channel's monetization to be removed in the first place. Are you possibly able to tell me if this was a specific video that triggered the manual review of my channel's monetization status and thus the subsequent removal of the monetization? I would really like to know so that I can learn and grow from it, as I've always done my utmost best to make sure that my channel and my videos adhere to the terms and conditions of the YouTube Partner Program. I've always tried to keep my channel's rating as teen friendly as possible, so that's why I was in such a shock for me when this all happened, as I thought I might have done something wrong with regards to the YouTube Partner Program. And then I appreciate blah blah blah. So basically what I said there was that something somewhere along the line had to trigger my channel for a review, for a monetization review, because for the past 5 years I've been monetized. I've never lost monetization, and now all of a sudden, out of the blue, my monetization gets taken away. So something somewhere, some or another video or some another thing along the line must have triggered my channel for a review, to be flagged for a review. So I'm just basically asking there if they can provide me with the thing that triggered it, because if it's a specific video, like, I don't know, maybe I swore a little bit too much in one video, even though I don't swear very much at all, or maybe I did a video somewhere that triggered their AI algorithm or something somewhere triggered all of this, and I just wanted to know what that was, what triggered this whole event off and basically caused me to lose a month of monetization, more than a month of monetization, because of all of this. What was the video that triggered that? And then after that, I actually, after sending that email, I actually went to my channel and I checked out my channel, what was going on there, to enable monetization on all of my videos and all of that stuff again. And I still got met by this screen, by the demonetization screen. So I didn't really understand why, because I literally just read an email from the support person saying that my channel is now monetized. So I very quickly replied with an email saying, hi again, I just wanted to let you know that currently my channel still displays this message, account status currently ineligible for monetization, and there's no way for me to change it. So is it possible that this reinstatement of my monetization just hasn't taken effect yet, or due to the 24-hour delay or something like that? But could you please just check it out for me, why it's still displaying this message and why I'm still unable to monetize any of my videos. Thank you. So those two emails I sent basically after the email that I received saying that the monetization on my channel has been reinstated. And then about a day later or so, I received an email which literally contradicts the previous email which I sent, and this was the email. Your monetization was disabled because it was found as non-compliant with the YouTube Partner Program terms. We understand your concern about the actions taken against your account. However, we cannot provide you specific details with what guidelines your content violated. Our actions are the result of a careful investigation by our team of dedicated specialists. So it doesn't make sense. They literally just said I was monetized after being demonetized, but now I'm demonetized again. which is extremely confusing. So I sent the email again. Hi again, I'm just a bit confused. Yesterday in the email you sent, you said upon further review from our internal team, the monetization of your channel has been reinstated, but my channel still shows as being demonetized. And then in today's email you said the complete opposite. Can you please clarify? So at this time I was just like fucking panicking. I was like, what the fuck? I went through all of this effort to prove to you that my channel is legitimate and that my content is rightfully mine and all of that shit after being demonetized. And then you say that I'm monetized, and now again you say that I'm demonetized again. So what the fuck is happening? So they sent the email again saying, we have escalated this concern to our internal team and was advised that monetization on your channel has been reinstated. Now they're again saying that it has been reinstated, except it hasn't been reinstated. So I took a look at your channel. It appears that our internal team wasn't able to reinstate the monetization. I have consulted it back to them for further review. I will update you as soon as there is. So they're saying that even their internal team wasn't able to reinstate the monetization. So what the fuck is going on? I mean, you just said in a previous email that you have a team of dedicated specialists, an entire fucking team of them, not just one or two guys, an entire team of dedicated specialists, but now they can't even get their story straight. First they're saying I'm demonetized, then I'm monetized, then I'm demonetized again, and now you're saying that it appears they weren't able to enable the monetization. So I mean, how fucking difficult is it to enable the monetization on a channel? I mean, they just sit in front of a computer and they click like a single button, probably like a toggle switch from demonetized on the left and monetized on the right. I mean, it can't be that fucking difficult. It's not like you need to fucking be able to write in a different computer language just to get the channel's monetization re-enabled. It can't be that fucking difficult. How can an entire team of specialists not be able to give me my monetization back after you said I already got it back? So anyway, the next email was, I hope you are doing well. I can confirm that your monetization is working as intended. Let me know if there's anything else. So when I got this email, this was a few days after the other email. When I got this email, I immediately went to my channel to check if I actually have monetization, because previously I believed them when they said that I had monetization, and I sent the email thanking them, and it turned out I didn't fucking have monetization at all. So this time I made fucking certain I enabled monetization on one of my videos. I went on my phone, watched the video, and the ad did come up. So I immediately then knew, okay, yes, my monetization is back, fortunately. So then, in order to bring this whole thing to a conclusion, I sent the very last email. So I said, hi, thanks very much for your help. It's very much appreciated. I just have a question/comment which I would like you to possibly pass on to the appropriate people at YouTube. Now, I already knew at this point that no matter how much asking and how much begging I was going to do, they weren't going to tell me which video triggered this whole thing. It's such a fucking counterproductive thing that they do, and I don't know why they have this policy. They absolutely refuse to tell you which video caused this whole shit show to start and me to lose over a month of fucking monetization on my... So I sent this email. It's understandable that your current policies at YouTube don't allow you to disclose certain information to the content creator, such as which specific content result in the breach of the YouTube Partner Program. But please consider the following scenario. According to the investigation done on my channel, I have a video on my channel which violated the terms of the YouTube Partner Program policies. Yet I'm not told which video/content it is, or even specifically which of the terms it was that was violated. So, for instance, swearing, violence, nudity, whatever. So that means in the future, my channel could lose monetization again. Now, by this I mean that I had to fucking figure it out by myself, that the only possible thing that it could be was the fact that I don't, according to them, have the rights to use the game footage, which I do. I had to fucking figure that out myself. Because according to the fucking broad reason which they gave me, they said that it could either be that I'm uploading someone else's content, or that I'm infringing on someone's copyright, or that I'm uploading stuff like TV shows or sound recordings of musical compositions, or I'm uploading entire written works or visual stuff like paintings or poster or articles. And by the way, according to this policy right here, you're not even allowed to go with a camera into a museum or an art installation or something like that and video just walking past the artworks. Like if you walk past the Mona Lisa, then according to this term, this policy right here, the person who owns the Mona Lisa can then copyright strike your video, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Even posters or books or articles. So even if you show the cover of a book or if you read a book, then according to this policy, your video can be copyright striked, which is an absolutely mind-boggling fucking policy. It's absolutely ridiculous. This policy doesn't make any fucking allowance for fair use. And then obviously the other policy is dramatic works such as plays or musicals, and that I can kind of understand. Like you can't upload a video of an entire musical or an entire play, because that would basically be the same as uploading an entire movie, and that simply would not be part of fair use. You would not be able to use the fair use defense in that case. So I can completely understand that. And then the final policy is video games and copyright computer software. So out of all of these terms, I had to fucking guess that the only thing that my channel is infringing on, possibly, obviously it's false, it turns out to be false, but the only thing that my channel could possibly be infringing on is the video games part of all of these possible infringements. So let me continue reading. Or even specifically which of the terms it was that was violated, like violence or swearing or nudity. So that means that in the future my channel could lose monetization again, because the video that violated the terms of the YPP initially will still be on my channel, because I don't know which video it was that violated the YPP, and thus I can't remedy the content or behavior in question. I'm sure that you can see how frustrating such a scenario can be, and that if the content creator doesn't know which video is the one that is violating the YPP, then they won't ever know which video to delete in order to make the channel comply with the YPP again, and they won't know which behavior or content to avoid in the future. It's all very counterproductive, to be honest. I very much appreciate and understand the current policies at YouTube, but I'm now basically going to live in constant fear of having my monetization removed again in the future due to the infringing content or video still being on my channel and having no means to fix the situation. Now, I can honestly understand in certain circumstances where this policy would be good. Like, let's say, for instance, you are a person who does drama content and you just do drama videos, but in one of your videos you show like whatever, a dead person, or you show nudity or graphic violence, or you swear like you're fucking being paid to swear. And basically none of your videos break the YouTube Partner Program policies except that one video. But you're getting a lot of views on that one video and you obviously want to keep that video on your channel. And perhaps you start doing a little bit more of that content. Perhaps you start showing dead bodies in all of your videos. Perhaps you start showing nudity in all of your videos. Then your channel gets demonetized, or you get a community guidelines strike or something like that. I can totally understand in those circumstances that YouTube will not provide you with any specifics about the case, because then they will say, listen, it was this video with a lot of swearing in, or it was this video with a lot of dead bodies in that triggered your channel to get a community guideline strike, or that triggered your channel to be demonetized. Because then what that guy will do, and let's face it, that guy is an immoral guy, he's not a guy who is a legitimate content creator, he will then go and delete all of those videos, or that specific video that triggered the demonetization. He will go and delete that video, and then in 30 days he will reapply for monetization, and he will probably get his monetization back, because the video that triggered the initial demonetization review is now gone. It's now removed from his channel, so according to the policies, his channel is now in good standing, and he can once again continue making videos that just basically skirt the line, like tiptoe across the line of being demonetized and being not demonetized. And there's honestly a lot of channels that do that. There's a lot of channels that show nudity, but not enough nudity to get demonetized, just like on the edge of the nudity demonetization barrier, you could say. There's a lot of channels who do that. Pieces of shit in my opinion, but anyway, there's a lot of channels that do that. So if they were told that this is the video that you should not do, then they will know, okay, in the future I shouldn't do so much of that content, you know. I can totally understand why that kind of a policy would be good there, but in my case I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong, and it is a testament to the fact that I didn't do anything wrong, simply due to the fact that I was able to get this resolved on my own. I didn't get a license, I didn't get permission from anyone to use the content, so statistically the content is still unlicensed. I'm still making videos of unlicensed content or unlicensed games, but purely due to the fact that I was able to prove that I'm not infringing on copyright and I'm not making any illegitimate content without licenses or anything like that. Purely due to the fact that I was able to prove that I should be able to at least know which content was triggered, because somewhere along the line, like I said, for 5 years I've had monetization and now all of a sudden it's taken away. Somewhere along the line I created a game, maybe it's from one specific game creator or one specific developer, like, I don't know, it might be Konami or Nintendo or something like that, because Konami and Nintendo are notoriously stringent when it comes to monetization of their games, like videos of their games. There are people who have had their entire fucking channels closed simply because they played Mario Kart, like a Nintendo game, or Smash Brothers or something like that, because Nintendo and Konami are notoriously stringent, like almost unlawfully stringent with the copyright system on YouTube. So I can totally understand that, but if I just knew which video, which one of my videos triggered it, then I can know in the future, okay, I shouldn't do any content with Konami games, I shouldn't do any content with Nintendo games or anything like that. But basically they're refusing outright to tell me, and that is really damaging my channel, because as I said there in the example, in a month or in a week or in a day or in a year, my channel can get demonetized again for exactly the same reason why it got demonetized this time. So exactly the same thing, because all of my videos, nothing has changed. I just basically provided them with proof and managed to get my monetization back. All of the videos are still on my channel, so the same AI algorithm or what the fuck ever can trigger the demonetization again, and I would be at exactly the same point where I was previously. I will lose another month of monetization on my channel, and it's just extremely counterproductive. YouTube, like I said at the beginning, is supposed to help creators. They're supposed to have the creators' best will in mind, and they're simply not doing that. They're literally fucking us over. They're screwing the YouTube content creators over, and they're giving false copyright claimants and all of these people who create content that shouldn't be monetized and people who shouldn't be making money on YouTube. They're giving them the benefit of the doubt. They're giving them the big bucks because they have millions of subscribers from people who don't know better. But people like me, I don't get the benefit of the doubt. I get my channel fucking demonetized immediately, and then after that I have to prove within 30 days that I didn't do anything wrong. And even if I didn't do anything wrong, like in my case, I still lose my monetization. I still lose over a month of monetization. So it's really fucking frustrating. So basically I go on to say in my email to YouTube, if it's at all possible, then please bring this issue highlighted above to the higher ups at YouTube, because I truly think that this is a policy that needs to change, and in cases like mine, if said information can be provided to content creators after such a policy breach, then it can be used to learn and grow as a content creator, to create better content in the future, instead of just being left in the dark with no information and no recourse to fix the mistakes of the past. Thank you in advance. And then they replied, I thank you for your feedback. We appreciate the context which you've provided. We will take a note of that. Let me know if there are any other questions. So that is basically what I had to deal with over the past more than a month. That's the steps that I took after getting demonetized and then remonetized seemingly, and then demonetized again and then remonetized again. So fortunately, after all of this and over a month of sending emails, over a month of losing revenue, which I really needed, to be honest, I fortunately have monetization back again. I have monetization on my channel. It's still a little bit broken. I don't know what they did to my channel. On certain videos there's no ads, and actually at the top of my channel it still says we've determined that your channel is no longer eligible for monetization, but then just below that it says that I have monetization. So yeah guys, I don't know, YouTube is a little bit broken. Not a little bit, like, it's very broken. YouTube is very broken. It has been broken since YouTube started. All of this stuff, all of the fact that you can copyright strike someone's video without even being the copyright owner, without even having to prove that you are the copyright owner, and closing down someone's channel, that has been possible since the very start of YouTube. That has been possible always, and it's just really ridiculous. The fact that, I don't know, probably thousands of YouTubers have to go through this and have gone through this since the start of YouTube is just ridiculous. It really makes me as a YouTuber question the fact, like, why am I on YouTube? Why do I create content only on YouTube? I mean, it's unfortunate that there's really not a lot of alternatives. I mean, sure, you could go to Twitch, but you can't stream on Twitch if you don't have a good line, a good internet line, which I don't. I can't really stream on Twitch unless I stream at like 480p, but nobody will watch your content at 480p. So at least on YouTube I can provide it to you guys at 1080p HD. But there's really no other alternatives, no other monetizationable alternatives. I mean, sure, you can go to like Dailymotion and Vimeo and places like that, but they don't offer the monetization that YouTube does. So it's really, it's like you're working in a fucking mine shaft, and you're not exactly sure when the mine shaft is going to collapse. It gives a little bit of a shudder every now and then. Maybe a rock hits you on your head while you're working down there, but it's the only place you can work, really. You can't work anywhere else. And yeah, unfortunately, during this past month, the fucking mine shaft collapsed on my head, but fortunately I was able to fix it again. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the entire video. Thank you if you made it to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching my videos, and just always know that if there's a period for a month or more where I don't upload any videos, then there's probably stuff going on with me in real life that is causing me to not be able to make videos. I mean, in the past few months, it was a bad past few months. I lost my father at a young age. He was just 57, and it's not a good feeling to be an orphan at the age of 30. It's not a good time. But fortunately, I became a YouTuber because I like gaming. I really enjoy gaming. It's my kind of escape. So I really like gaming, and I want to continue doing gaming, and at least on YouTube I can be paid to do gaming, to make videos. So it's what I enjoy, and if I wasn't able to make gaming, then I don't know what else I would do. In times like this where things are really difficult, where life is really difficult, I don't know what I would do. But fortunately I can play games, and hopefully you guys will continue watching my videos. So yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.